Hi there and welcome to another World of Tanks replay, this time on the Ardennes map in the mighty medium tank tier 4 Matilda 2. Now those of you who have driven a Matilda 2 in the past will know what a powerful tank this is. It's really only got two downsides. One is it's so slow you're almost guaranteed to miss part of any battles that go on. And two is that its gun doesn't have much in terms of alpha damage, but other than that it's got fantastic levels of armour, as you're going to see in this video. It's got a fast firing, accurate, high penetration gun that basically leaves any enemy up to and including the tier 60s that you're facing just, well, like butter really. Now, as you see, we're coming up here towards the crest of this hill. And this is where the Matilda really gets good. I mean, it's better at tier 4 than, you know, the contemporary tier 4 heavy tanks that you've got in game, and better than a lot of the tier 5 mediums and heavies when it comes to taking a punishment. We're moving in here using this friendly enemy carcass as a good bit of cover, taking out that Russian tier 3 TD, the Su-75, and this is the point where the Matilda starts to think, I've got a lot of targets here, I've got a bit of cover, let's see what it can do. And when it comes to a Matilda, it can do a lot. Yeah, here we are, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 enemy tanks I think sitting over there, just waiting to be shot, each one of them presenting nice chunky flanks just to, you know, take damage from that gun. I mean, the reload on this tank is fast, but sometimes it just doesn't feel fast enough when you've got this many targets. You honestly don't know what you can do. Well, here's a tank dressed up as a reindeer. It's one for Christmas that's still around here in the console version. And you can see almost every hit that comes in is just bouncing straight off the front of this tank. I mean, this tank has almost 100mm of armour in some places. And we've got this enemy T-28 coming in close, and for him, you know, his target. Bye-bye for one of our friendlies there. Now comes the Russian TD. Right, still haven't taken him out. And there you see what the problem is with the Matilda. Sometimes you're just firing, you hit, but you do so little damage that, yeah, you just can't wipe out those enemies at a time. Little here did I realise I'd actually been flanked by an M2 medium, but still, with the Matilda, you can have an enemy pumping straight into your side and not feel anything from it. Well, after all that, it still ended in defeat, but fighting at tier 4 there against other tier 4s and tier 3s, we still managed to block 755 damage, put out 1,371 damage, and strike 27 penetrations, which is, you know, not a mean feat in any game, let alone in a tank at tier 4. There's a few of the battle ribbons coming up here, but that's the big one, the 27 penetrations. It's fantastic gun, fantastic rate of fire, you know, almost 3 times the damage of anybody else on our team. And if you look at that, hits received 25, of which 16 did not penetrate. You know, 2/3 of the penetration of the hits on this tank just don't go through the armour. You know, admittedly only just travelled 420 metres on the whole game. Probably if I'd been a bit more mobile, could have kept alive a bit longer and turned that into a win. But you know, it's a fantastic tank, and these kind of games aren't rare in the Matilda, which is why we have in store for you a second Matilda game with even more damage blocked. This time we're on Muravanka in the winter. This is an encounter battle, so a little bit different from the last one, and the teams are starting a bit closer. You know, we're fighting over a single objective, but overall there's some, I'd say, quite fast and furious action in this game. And there's the sign of a team that's not got a plan, with somebody shouting attack right at the start of the battle.
Our mission is to capture
As
and hold
if
the
somehow
marked
everybody else was
objective.
going to park up and start brewing up. I think it's much more for coordinating, actually popping out on the enemy rather than just shouting battle chants before the battle. But here we go, once again, Matilda's top tier in this match. And it's these top tier games where the Matilda just feels you can't be penetrated. It's, from the front, it's an almost indestructible tank. Here we have a piece of artillery decide to shoot me in the face, but on console obviously we don't have the issues with friendly fire that the PC guys have, so all that guy does is look a bit of a tool. But hey ho, at least I'm still alive. First kills of the game going up to the enemy there. As we mentioned before, with the Matilda, you're so slow. Once you've picked your path, you're stuck on it. You can't change your mind later on. You can't decide, I'm going to take a long route round and flank the enemy. You have to go, right, the enemy are going to be here. I'm going to keep my thick armour facing them and go for it. Load a hole after almost 2 minutes and 3 of our team dying. I've almost made it to the side of the map where I want to progress towards the flag. 4 dead on our team now. 5. Again, I'd love to give a rip-roaring commentary here, but you know, this is travel time in a Matilda. It's what you do, it's what it takes. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and a Matilda might not get there.
Ready to fire on target.
But here we are at the last 3 minutes into the game, and the Matilda's just starting to pick up targets. There's a little M5 Stuart roaring around at great speed.
That one ricocheted. Enemies in the base. Push them out. Unlocking target.
As we come over this crest, we come across there's a DW2 and a M3 Lee. These are just some of the tanks that suddenly discover a Matilda isn't such an easy kill. And the DW2, it's a heavy tank, you know, it leads to the Tiger, but there it is, it's struggling to do anything against a Matilda.
Looks like that one went right through.
quite fast-firing gun, not doing a lot of damage, but it just rip-roars away, and there we go. Small bit of track damage and no hit points lost. Ooh, just missed an incoming from the artillery, but here we are, you know, we've just started engaging the enemy. You know, we're down to our last 4 people, of which 2 are artillery. Oh no, we're down to our last 3. You know, you kind of feel in Matilda, if you got there a bit sooner, battles would be different.
We've reached the enemy base.
It just doesn't happen. You know?
Target has moved away. We lost a track. We're sitting ducks. Enemy tanks in the base. Get rid of them.
Yeah, the turret rotation just not quite fast enough to pick up on this M5 Stuart, the same one we saw roaring off earlier.
We're being targeted by enemy.
The artillery's coming in, the fire's coming through
Taking
everywhere.
the enemy base.
Still, Matilda keeps on going. There are not many other tanks at any tier where you could sit that exposed and actually come out of it alive.
Enemies in the base. Push them out. Dropping target.
Just trying to get a bead on this M5 Stuart. He's doing everything he can to stay alive. That was it. Finally, one shot from a tiny little tank. But lo and behold, unsurprisingly, our 2 artillery end up being killed quite quickly by the remaining enemy forces. And it ends in another defeat. This time, 1700 damage blocked to the Matilda. I mean, no kidding, that's incredible. You know, I've had games at tier 7 where you block 1700 damage and think that's impressive, but hey ho, that's the Matilda.